Have you ever been told you were a gifted child growing up? Well, we're going to find out by watching Every Gifted Child Goes Through This by Junya. I hope I said that name right. And with that, let's get right into it.
One may not believe just by looking at this sloppy, insecure teenager
I love how there's just double chins. Oh my god, that's so cute.
consuming brain-rotting content.
What the hell is that?
She is in fact considered by many to be one of the most academically smart amongst her peers.
Why do I feel so personally attacked right now?
Yeah, I think they should do a re-evaluation of that. Ow, my face!
What the fuck? This automatically gets a subscribe for me. That was beautiful.
Yeah, if this is the smartest society is doomed. Hello, Internet. I'm not MetPat, but I was labeled growing up as this smart/gifted kid. Although I bet no one would be able to tell just by looking at my very sedentary looking.
Yes, the face of a true connoisseur of genius gifted intelligence here.
And I know it sounds pretentious to say that I was the smart kid growing up, but yeah, it sounds pretentious. There's nothing much I can do about that.
And you know what? It's fine. Because, like, I don't think I was ever called the most smart, gifted, whatever child. I was just kind of like, well, at least you're not stupid. That's pretty much the most I got.
Believe it or not, being called the smart kid growing up was the one thing that set me up for failure in life. But
That is such a big mood, though. Like, I might not have been called, like, the smart kid, but I was always told I was someone who had so much potential if only I applied myself. Meanwhile, you know, I had ADHD, but nobody knew at the time.
probably not in the way that you think. Being called a gifted or smart child is a trap. Let me explain why. The term smart is defined as having or showing a high degree of mental ability, intelligent, bright. The gifted kids are perceived to have great aptitudes and to be able to learn faster. But in the real
I can be very smart, too. Oh, I forgot my tongue was sticking out.
definition, it's more like someone who procrastinates and leaves projects and test studies for last minute, but then
Hey, you know, there's another special word for this. It's called ADHD.
magically turns on 120% of their brain power to get everything done on time and get away with it because they still manage to get good grades somehow. This is the definition that should be in the Urban Dictionary. This experience pretty much sums up the gifted child experience. So this one time, I hadn't studied at all for a test and I was super worried. Because the day before, I procrastinated all day by rotting in bed watching YouTube or playing games. It was
Yeah.
an important physics test, and you could see every type of student's reactions to it. Some were teaching their friends all the formulas last minute, some were panicking, others just gave
That one's me. This one right here was me. Because I would try to study, like, in the meantime, before the test, right? Not like 10 minutes. I mean, yes, I would try to study 10 minutes as well, but I would try to study, like, before then, but I just couldn't remember anything.
up. I check the clock and the test is about to start in 10 minutes. I take a deep breath and look at the study sheets my friends had made. I open the textbook to check for
Man, this is the one nice part about having friends. Imagine having friends who would give you, like, a study little cheat sheet thing. I wish I had that.
examples where the formulas would be used. I closed my eyes and turned on 100% of my brain power. I had full concentration. Everything seemed very clear to me. This formula used in this case, I can understand.
See, that would be me, but with, like, TV static the entire time. And there's, like, a monkey with, like, two symbols just going, like, in my head, just hitting those symbols. Like, that is me trying to study. Although I will say I did do decently for, like, tests. Like, I never got straight A's, but I would get, like, C's and B's. Because, you know, C's get degrees, baby.
This. I had all the power. Let's go. And my time was up. Alright, class, test starting now. Good luck. Although you wouldn't need luck if you had studied.
Oh, God.
What do you mean? I answered the best I could, but on this one question in particular, I had come up with a result that came out of the formula. But I took a second to imagine the actual scenario and had a weird gut feeling, or brain feeling, if you will, that my answer was wrong. Yeah, something's not right here. So I canceled my first answer and redid it without the formula.
I like the language used in that. I canceled it. I canceled my answer.
Somehow, I don't remember how. A couple minutes later, I finished the
Face. Oh my god. I love the art style here. This is so good.
test and gave it to the teacher while, of course, I was anxious. I was sure I had done horrible on it. I had not studied. I studied 10 minutes before the test. It's obvious you're not gonna do well. I was having an internal fight with myself, thinking,
Why does this look familiar? What is this from? Where have I seen this before?
why the hell didn't I study earlier? I don't wanna bomb and have to retake the exam. I won't be surprised if we get a 2 on the test.
Oh boy. Hey, look, it's me and all 4 of my personalities.
Hi, I'm such a disappointment. I talked to my friend who had studied and we talked about that one question I changed answers. So what did you answer? Oh, on that one I put 9 meters per second. Oh damn, that was my original answer and I changed it to 10.7 meters per second. Wait, guys, I answered 3.5 meters per second.
No.
Meters per second?
Oh no, now we have my mortal enemy right here. I'll move over so you can see here for a moment. My mortal enemy, the anime girl school uniform outfit lady.
And guys, the answer was in kilometers per hour. Panic!
Oh,
2 weeks went by and it was time to get our graded test back. Everyone is shaking. An existential crisis kicked in. Oh my god, I'm sure I bombed. I'm a disappointment to my parents. Why the hell was I born? Well done, Jonah.
These are questions I like ask myself every single day. I'm just kidding. But no, like I get that. Like taking tests was so anxiety inducing. I hated taking tests because literally every single time I felt like I would blank and just be stupid and then I would just be anxious the entire time.
Just make sure to show your work properly next time, okay? Huh? What the I got a 9.75 out of 10. How? The teacher only deducted a little because my work was too messy, but honestly, I don't know what the hell I did to get that grade. It was like my brain did some magic and it just
That is definitely what my brain looks like, except mine is more smooth.
didn't feel earned. And I literally forgot everything I crammed 10 minutes before the test.
That's so base. I'm the same way.
Minutes after finishing it. And because of this minimal effort I put in, while still getting good grades, I was labeled a smart/gifted kid by my parents, teachers, and classmates. So what? You barely studied and still did well in school.
Everyone must have hated you. No, like for real. Like if you were super smart and like you got everything right, people just kind of had this weird resentment towards you. Or like they would try to be friends with you, hoping that you would like give them all the answers to everything.
Sounds great. What are you complaining about? Yeah, I know it sounds great, right? But no, it's really not. Now think about it. If one time you don't study and still do well on a test and face no consequences for not studying, what do you think will happen next time another test comes up?
I don't think, but I'm guessing you continue to do it.
Exactly. You'll think that even if you don't study, you'll do well again. You're reinforcing yourself that studying is a lot of effort, but not studying will give you pretty much the same
I mean, studying is a lot of effort. To do anything, like, it's just a lot of effort.
result, so why study at all? And with that, trying to stay at a desk to study became extremely harder and harder for me. Distracting, everything just seemed so tedious. Being forced to watch Sniper Wolf for
God, she has such really like eye-catching thumbnails. Like every time I see a Sniper Wolf video, it just reminds me of like those 5-minute hacks, like those life hack videos.
3 hours straight seemed more interesting than studying. If I could somehow talk to my younger self, I really want to say this. Look, I know that you're doing well right now, and you may be doing better than a lot of your peers academically without much effort, but that won't last. Because there will be a time in your life where your minimal effort won't be enough.
It's true. In general, like I think when you get to college and stuff, they they really get on you for like everything that you do. And you do have to put effort into something. It's not even just like tests. Pretty much anything that you want to do in life, like say if you want to become a YouTuber, you need to actually put effort into the content that you're making. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, but Mari, you're just in here reacting to videos. It can't be that hard. Well, let me tell you how difficult it is to show emotion and to be expressive when I am on my medication versus when I am not on my medication, and how difficult it is to not constantly go on tangents and to stay focused on the points that I want to say and just to remember to say something. Granted, reaction videos are a lot easier in the sense of like, well, I just have to react. But sometimes like a lot of people who want to get into reaction content forget to do exactly that. They forget to react and like add their own commentary to it and transform the stuff that you're reacting to. It's a bit easier than like other types of content niches for sure. But like, I mean, gaming can also be considered easy too. It really just depends on how much editing you're putting into the content that you're doing. Cause yeah, minimum effort, like you might get rewarded if you're lucky, but usually you have to put in a lot more effort. That's why I try to edit these as much as I possibly can to make it a bit more transformative and interesting. Cause I also like to talk a lot too. I don't know. It's fascinating. Like no matter what you're doing in life, you have to give it effort.
People who are studying and working harder will eventually surpass you. You may
Yeah.
be doing relatively well right now, but if you don't stop the vicious cycle of putting in minimal effort and procrastination, you're gonna feel left behind one day. Because when a harder, actually difficult challenge came for me and I needed to work hard, I wasn't able to put up a fight. Because I've actually never done that before. All I ever done was feed into the procrastination and cram cycle. I didn't learn how to be consistent and work hard. And I became a disappointment for myself, my parents, my teachers. I actually only got better when I learned the hard way that I needed a goal in life, other than just do okay at school. I only got to understand a little bit about this paradox of being smart, gifted kid, and feeling like a failure by watching this video by a
I have seen this exact same video from Healthy Gamer. Yeah, it's actually kind of a fascinating concept how many of these like gifted kids end up growing up like never really trying because of that kind of stuff. And it's like, oh gosh, it's so much easier said than done. Because what if you always struggled in school and it's like, how do you not feel bad no matter how hard you're studying? You still can't get good grades. It's like, it's hard. It really is hard. And again, I got C's, man. Like, yeah, sometimes if I'm lucky, I would get a B. And if I was really lucky, I would get an A. But most of the time I just got C's. And I definitely got some D's in my life too. But like, you know what? I still passed school. I still managed to do it. And really, the only reason why I struggled so much in school was the subjects that I just wasn't interested in. I failed the subjects that literally bored me to death, but the ones that did interest me, I excelled at. So, I mean, you do have to put in the effort. And, like, even if you're not interested in that subject, you still need to do enough just to kind of get by. But that's like the beauty of life is that you don't have to be good at everything.
psychiatrist called Dr. K. Literally, the first meme he showed was this. Oh boy, I sure do love being perceived as a gifted child. I hope I don't end up being a perfectionist burned out with depression, anxiety, unfulfilled expectations, and no real interest or goals.
Okay, wow, way to call me out.
Holy shit, that's me. Go watch this video, it's honestly awesome. Anyways, start slow and explore to find a goal for yourself other than just doing alright at school. And just work hard for your future self. They'll thank you. This
Aw, thank you so much. That was such a nice video. And like I said, I have watched that Dr. K video. If you would like me to watch that with you, then let me know in the comments down below and we can watch it in the future. But yeah, overall, like don't put yourself down if like you're not the best test taker. Just because you might not do well on tests doesn't mean you're not smart and you're not like a gifted child or whatever. Like you could be gifted in many other different ways besides being good at taking tests. Like you're not going to be tested like that in life for the rest of your life, so try not to stress about it too much, but also make sure you do have some discipline and get used to the feeling of wanting to work for the things that you want. And I hope you can learn something new today. So thank you so much for watching this with me, everybody. And remember, everything reminds you of something. Bye. You know, I still can't believe they tried to test me for dyslexia way back in the day when it turned out I just had ADHD.